Hi, welcome to your Big 6 lesson. Let's get started. My name is Carly Kettler, and I'm the librarian here at school. Today we came together to do a lesson on the Big 6 research model. The purpose of our lesson is to learn the 6 different steps of the research model, practice using those steps, and then applying those steps when completing your own research project. Our lesson today covers 4 different standards that are equally important in your learning of technology and critical thinking skills. The first standard that we're going to be using is our Texas Essential Knowledge skill, where we are going to be applying the technology application skill, which includes research and information fluency, where you are to acquire, analyze, and manage content from digital resources, and expected to create a research plan to guide inquiry. The other standard that we're going to be basing our lesson on is the Common Core standard. This is the standard that requires you to recall relevant information from experiences or to gather relevant information from print and digital sources, summarize or paraphrase the information in your notes and finished work, and also provide a list of sources. Our third standard is the ISTE standard, which is our technology standards. We are going to be basing this lesson on the Knowledge Constructor standard, which students critically curate a variety of resources using digital tools to construct knowledge, produce creative artifacts, and make meaningful learning experiences for themselves and others. We are going to plan and employ effective research strategies to locate information and other resources for our intellectual and creative pursuits. The last standard that we're applying this lesson to is the AASL standard. We are going to be using B41, which is to curate knowledge and create, where learners gather information appropriate to the task by seeking a variety of different sources. The Big 6 is a research model that was created to help learners of all ages systematically and effectively gather information. It contains 6 different steps that, if followed, will allow you to break down the research process into obtainable steps that follow a logical order. Some essential questions that we have for this lesson are: why should we use Big 6? When should we use Big 6? And how do we use the Big 6? Before we get started, I'm going to give you a link to a quick pre-assessment. It is 5 quick questions about the Big 6 research model. You may not know every single answer to the questions right now, and that's totally fine. I want to see what you know before we get started. You're going to take this pre-assessment again after our lesson to see what you have learned. Thank you for your time and attention. Before we get started with our lesson, we're going to quickly go over what we've talked about. Our objective is to learn about the Big 6 method. We've also briefly talked about the Big 6 research model, which we know now is designed to help you define, organize, and evaluate your information needs. We know that the Big 6 meets multiple standards, and we also know that we need to take our pre-assessment before we get started.